Hollywood is a place where legends are made, but beneath the bright lights and fame, there often lies a darker story. Few stars have embodied both the dizzying heights of fame and the devastating lows of scandal like Charlie Sheen. Once the golden boy of television and film, Sheen's wild lifestyle and personal demons took him on a downward spiral, one that has left the world asking, what happened to Charlie Sheen? The rise of Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was born Carlos Erwin Estevez on September 3, 1965, in New York City. He was destined for the limelight, growing up as the son of Hollywood heavyweight Martin Sheen. By his late teens, Charlie had already started his journey to stardom, landing roles in films that would define his early career. In 1986, Sheen's breakout performance in Oliver Stone's Platoon made him a household name. The gritty Vietnam War film won multiple Academy Awards, and Charlie's role as the conflicted young soldier solidified his place in Hollywood. This was quickly followed by his role in Wall Street, 1987, where he starred alongside Michael Douglas. It was clear that Charlie had talent, charisma, and the ability to command the screen.
From the bottom of my heart, I wish you nothing but the best for this upcoming season.
Throughout the late 80s and early 90s, Sheen's star power only grew. He effortlessly moved between action-packed films like Young Guns and comedies like Hot Shots. To the public, he was the quintessential Hollywood leading man, handsome, talented, and on top of the world. But behind the scenes, the cracks in Charlie's perfect facade were beginning to show. Early signs of trouble. Even in the midst of his rise to stardom, Charlie Sheen was no stranger to controversy. His bad boy image was part of his charm, but his lifestyle was becoming increasingly chaotic. His frequent partying, alcohol, and drug use started making headlines as early as the 1990s. In 1995, Sheen's name was linked to the infamous Hollywood madam, Heidi Fleiss, when it was revealed he had spent over $50,000 on escorts. The scandal rocked his career, but for Sheen, it was only the beginning. While Hollywood loved his rebellious charm, Sheen's off-screen behavior was spiraling out of control. Yet, he kept getting work, his talent undeniable, his charisma irresistible. His personal issues were swept under the rug, and the world was none the wiser. It wasn't until the 2000s that Sheen's personal life began to truly unravel in the public eye. The television star.
You know, there are times I just loathe you.
And yet you're surprised I don't consider you a friend.
Okay, have your real friends to your little support group.
It is not.
Yes, it is a support group! It's a support group for weak, rudderless men, and I wouldn't be a part of it if you begged me.
By 2003, Sheen had redefined himself once again, this time on the small screen. Cast as the lead in the hit CBS sitcom 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen became one of the highest paid actors on television. The show was a massive success, and his character, Charlie Harper, seemed almost autobiographical, a carefree, wealthy bachelor living a hedonistic life. The role was a perfect fit, and Sheen became even more beloved by audiences.
I think I just started partying too hard. I started having way too much fun.
Seriously?
And it spilled over onto the set a little bit. I mean, I wasn't partying on the set. I was never high when I worked, but nah, that became secondary and what became the thrust of what I was.
At his peak, Sheen was making nearly $2 million per episode, but as his fame grew, so did his troubles. The signs were there. Run-ins with the law, altercations with loved ones, and increasingly erratic behavior. Still, Hollywood turned a blind eye. After all, Sheen was their golden goose. But the illusion of control would soon come crashing down. Before we continue with the video and my further explanation about the rise and fall of Charlie Sheen, I want to ask for your help. We are trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so we can keep getting better and you can help me out. Okay, let's continue. The downward spiral. 2011 was the year everything fell apart for Charlie Sheen. After years of battling addiction, allegations of domestic violence, and erratic public behavior, it all came to a head. In a series of bizarre public appearances and interviews, Sheen declared he was winning, though the world could see he was losing everything. His claims of having tiger blood and being a warlock became the stuff of tabloid legend. The man who had once been at the top of Hollywood was now the subject of ridicule.
Now the entire world knows Mr. Sheen's condition from his alarming outbursts over just the last few weeks. And Brooke, you know, it gets even worse, if you can believe that. Warner Brothers, they listed all the reasons why they felt that they had no choice but to fire Charlie, including his inability to deliver lines.
Sheen's downward spiral culminated in his firing from 2.5 Men in March 2011. The show's producers had had enough of his erratic behavior, drug-fueled rants, and legal battles. What had started as a hit sitcom ended in chaos, with Sheen's public feud with the show's creator, Chuck Lorre, playing out on the front pages of tabloids. Allegations and legal battles. But Sheen's troubles weren't limited to his professional life. In 2015, the world was shocked when Sheen revealed he had been living with HIV for 4 years. In a deeply emotional interview, Sheen admitted to having paid millions in hush money to prevent the news from getting out, as he feared being blackmailed. But the damage was already done. The revelation led to a flood of lawsuits, with former partners accusing him of not disclosing his HIV status.
With manic behavior is usually in the throes of deep partying, deep substance abuse and drinking. It's you know, it doesn't really happen when I'm not doing that. It has never really reared its head, and it's interesting how I answered that question.
In addition to the HIV-related lawsuits, Sheen faced a slew of other allegations, including sexual assault and abuse. One of the most serious claims came from actor Corey Feldman, who alleged that Sheen had sexually assaulted a young Corey Haim during the filming of the 1986 movie Lucas. Sheen has repeatedly denied these claims, but the allegations further tarnished his already crumbling reputation. The unraveling of a star. By the mid-2010s, Sheen's career had effectively ground to a halt. His health, legal battles, and public scandals left him isolated from the industry that once embraced him. The once charming Hollywood star had become a cautionary tale, an example of how fame, excess, and addiction can destroy even the brightest of careers.
Are there any drugs in this house?
If there
Put that down for a second.
If there are, you better find them and give them to me immediately. No, they're not.
No drugs in the house right now?
Not that I know about. If I know about them, I'll find them and throw them away. It's not a big deal. Ooh, drugs in the house. Ah, we're all gonna die.
Did you have to...
So, where is Charlie Sheen today? After years of headlines and scandals, Sheen appears to be living a quieter life, far removed from the public eye. While he claims to have cleaned up his act, the damage done to his reputation and career is undeniable. The aftermath. Charlie Sheen's rise and fall serves as a stark reminder of the price of fame. From Hollywood's golden boy to its most notorious star, Sheen's life has been a whirlwind of success and tragedy. Today, his name is synonymous with both talent and controversy, and while his career may never fully recover, his legacy remains, a complex figure forever etched into Hollywood history. Hollywood can be both a dream and a nightmare, and Charlie Sheen, once its brightest star, knows that better than anyone.